Alright. Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? um, as you can see by this picture and by the title, this is a new series that I'm doing. I don't know what it's gonna be called. It's probably gonna be something like, what if Deku never got, One for All? Because I don't know of a title of it yet, but, I don't know, that's probably what I'm gonna go for, but, yeah, so, also, the picture on the screen, I actually did that. I edited that, so it took me like 30 minutes, but yeah, I did it. It looks cool. But yeah, so I guess let's just get into it, I guess. I don't know. So, I'm gonna say everything is canon so far. Like, like Deku like still says that he's applying for UA, and Bakugo threatens him, of course, as normal, throwing like his notebook out the window and stuff. So Deku is basically the exact same. Like nothing's changed. But so Deku goes down to the shortcut and gets attacked by the sludge villain. And the sludge villain captures Deku, and All Might shows up to save him. Like, he does his the Texas smash and all that. And then Deku still gets like knocked out and all that. But then when he woke up, he grabbed onto All Might's leg, and they landed on the rooftop. Just the exact same. And when they land, Deku asks like the question to All Might if he can be a hero without a quirk. And hmm, yeah, when All Might told Deku like he couldn't be a hero, his reaction, like it was still the same. With All Might telling him like to be more realistic, and the sludge villain still finds Deku and captures him. And none of the heroes like came in to help Bakugo, and they all sat and watched. And honestly, at this point, man, I support the villains, seeing that there aren't even any heroes. Like, okay, so there's a kid. If you're saying that there was a kid being captured by a villain, you wouldn't go in and do these. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I side with the villains, 100%. But All Might came to the scene and started like calling himself pathetic, and Deku also shut up on his instincts without like even noticing and looked at what was going on. And I'm gonna say, when Deku sees the sludge attacking Bakugo, he takes one step about to run in and save him, but then he stomps himself. He cracks a smirk and then chuckles a bit. So Deku turns his head to see All Might holding like his side and whispering to himself that he's pathetic. And then All Might looks up to see Deku, and he just sees him laughing. And like when he sees that, Deku puts his hands in his pockets and like gives an evil looking glare to All Might walking in the other direction. And All Might instantly understands like that he just changed the outlook of someone waiting to like wanting to be a hero. Yeah, I have to take a drink. Every single video, bro, I gotta take a drink of something. But all right, but yeah, like he just like this kid wanted to be a hero. Now he doesn't know what to do. So he continues to watch Deku walk off, and steam starts to come off his body. Like All Might realizes like he needs to save the two kids right in front of him and be a real hero. So he bulks up and saves Bakugo with everyone cheering, and gets crowded by interviewers holding him back to like reach the other kid. So All Might's trying to get out, but Deku, who's like blocks away at this point, is like delusional. Like his eyes are going crazy, like, and he has like a murderous grin, and he's sweating, like, he's not taking the realization well like in canon. I'm pretty sure even in canon he was like this, but he didn't show it. So, like, he had all that pent up emotion, and then he's just starting to let it out now. And Deku mumbles like over and over that he just needs to be realistic, and that he always knew there was no way he could be a hero. Like, as he's walking, he stops and falls to his knees in the same street where All Might told Deku he could be a hero. So as you can see, like some things have clearly changed a bit. So like he's in despair at this point, and Deku starts to cry, screaming that it's like not fair. Like how can someone who bullies and like treats everyone like trash get a chance at being a hero while he doesn't even have a chance at doing anything? Then he hears a voice in front of him, and it says like, "Yeah, that's unfortunate, isn't it?" And when Deku looks up, wiping away his tears, he sees a man with a mask looking down at him. And Deku jumps and crawls back, telling him to get away. And the man tells Deku that it's okay and to calm down. So he sees Deku's face and knows that he's going insane. So Deku yells at him, telling him to like shut up, and he has no idea what he's talking about. So the man reaches out his hand and tells Deku that he can give him the power. So, Deku stops and looks down, telling the man to just go away. And he kneels down to Deku and tells him to come with him. And I'm gonna say Deku, not knowing what to do anymore, stays still, traumatized, and they both teleport away. And as soon as that happens, All Might comes around the corner looking everywhere for Deku. So, he just lost his chance. But then he starts to get mad at himself, saying, like, what was he thinking, telling the kid that he can't be a hero? Like, All Might was too late to save him. And Deku and the man arrived at the location, and it's dark with monitors like all over the room. And Deku looks around and asks in a broken tone, like, where is he? And the man tells Deku that this is where the birthplace of the symbol of terror will be born. So he just plain out says it. And Deku looks up at the man and asks like, what did he say? Like what did you mean by that? And the man looks down at Deku and asks him like if he still wants to be a hero. And Deku tells him yeah, but the man responds saying, what did the so-called heroes do to him just now? And how did they treat that situation that just happened with that kid in the sludge villain? And Deku pauses, and the man continues saying that Deku has no one, so why not join him? And I'm gonna say Deku doesn't move, saying like he doesn't move or like say anything. So the man tells Deku that he will give him a gift and to decide on if he will be a worthless hero who is a marketing product or someone who has a purpose. And Deku looks up at the man and sees his hand touch over his left eye. And a moment later, like, the man takes his hand off of Deku. Deku then started to scream in pain, holding onto his eye. Like, blood started coming down his face, and Deku yells at the man, asking, like, what did he just do? Like, he's in full-on pain. Like, he's grabbing his eye with both of his hands, like, just screaming. And the man tells Deku to not worry and says that is a gift he came up with. And a minute goes by, the bleeding stops, with the pain also fading away. So the man tells Deku to lower his hand and look in the reflection. And I'm gonna say Deku's left eye is now red, with having, blood tears still on his face. Then the man tells Deku he has some people for him to meet. So yeah, I just wanna give him a red eye in his left eye. Just wanted to do that. I'll get on that later, but so after that, I'm gonna say a week goes by. Um, and the news is reported that a kid with green hair and green eyes with the name Izuku Midoriya has gone missing, or is still missing. Showing a short clip of Inko crying and like yelling at the police to find her son. And they also mention that All Might is searching for the kid as well. And an empty glass bottle gets laid down on the counter, and Deku wipes his mouth. So Kirigiri tells Deku that he's gotten pretty famous on TV, even being searched by All Might himself. And Deku closes his eyes and tells him that he doesn't care, asking for another drink. So Kirigiri tells him that it'll be a water this time. Like, Deku's had a bit too many drinks, okay? But, Toga walks up to Deku and tells him that it's been a whole week since he's met them all. And Twice says that it's true and he's happy about it while also saying like that it doesn't matter since he doesn't like Deku at all. So he has his two sides. But yeah, I also want to say that. So I put in the villains like early earlier than usual because why not? So Kirigiri gives Deku the water, and Shigaraki tells them all that he is the leader and he's known Master the longest. And Deku grabs the water, tilting his head at Kirigiri, and then drinks it. Like, just nodding to him. And Toga tells Shigaraki that Deku is more famous, though. So he gets mad, scratching his face, and says that he is the leader. He's still the leader, so it doesn't matter. And every time that Shigaraki says like that he's the leader, Deku just laughs hysterically in his head, but keeps like a sinister smirk towards him. And Deku puts down the water and tells them that he doesn't care about the fame and honestly like wishes that it was never mentioned he disappeared. It's not like anyone cared before. Like, that's what he said inside of his head. But Twice asked Deku about his mom, and Deku opened his eyes glaring at him with like the intent to kill right as soon as he said that. Like he basically looks like the picture right now. He's like, don't. So the room froze, and Deku said that if he asked about her again, he will kill him without hesitation. So Twice gulps and tells Deku that he's sorry, saying to not take things so seriously. And Deku regrets not being there with his mom, but knew like his new life. Like he accepts his new life now. And yeah, that's probably like the only thing he regrets. Like that's like the one thing that's like keeping him from going all the way probably. And the news continues uh with UA announcing like that anyone is available to do like an application to enter the hero course. Like, it's a promotional ad. But Deku looks at the TV and chuckles saying that he wouldn't have been accepted. So like they all know that Deku was quirkless, I'm gonna say, but the master gave him a quirk. And they don't know what it is, not even like Shigaraki, but they do know it has to deal with his left eye. So Shigaraki tells Deku that he should be able to see his quirk since he's the leader, but Deku tells him no and asks for another water. Yeah. So at this point, basically, Deku's just drinking as much water as me. Like that's basically it. Like, yo, he's on that grind of water, but nah. Um, I don't know, man. Kirigiri is about to grab a water, but Shigaraki tells Deku no, unless he tells him his quirk. But Deku just scuffs and gets up to grab a water, and the TV changes and a voice is heard. So the voice tells Deku to come meet with him. And I'm gonna say Shigaraki gets mad and asks the voice like, why is Deku going to see him instead of him? And the voice tells Shigaraki to like calm down and also tells Kirigiri to teleport Deku. And Kirigiri says alright and makes a portal appear next to Deku. So Deku tells them all like goodbye, waving his hand once and walks through. I'm gonna say Toga and Twice tell him like bye and the portal goes away. And when the TV switches back to the news, Shigaraki slams his fist on the counter and Toga tries to like cheer him up, saying that maybe he'll be called down next time. Like kind of just sarcastically, but yeah, just the way how it always is. But Dabi laughs as well and tells Shigaraki that he's just being replaced already. And Deku walks out the portal and is behind the boss. So he asks Deku how is he doing, and Deku tells him to get on with it and like tell him what he wants to say, or like just go ahead and say what he wants. And when Deku's around the boss, he loses the smirk and like gets serious. Like he jokes around with everyone else, like really not caring, but when it comes to the boss, like nah, he gets full on serious. So the man tells Deku to like not rush, laughing, and asks Deku if he remembers what his orders are. And Deku says yeah, like and the master tells him good, because like I'm gonna say when Deku did come, like he was given an like a mission already, like instantly. So then he continues to say that the time isn't right yet, but when the day comes, he must do it even if they're both on the run. So Deku tells him that like that'll never happen, but he'll get the job done. So he laughs like more, saying that Deku is so serious with everything and he needs to like take a break. But Deku crosses his arms and says that he's sorry and he's had a long week. Plus, he should know that he's only serious around him. So the man tells Deku that he understands and appreciates this serious attitude with him. And then he says that it's time for Deku. It's time Deku knew his real name. So Deku lowers his arms and gets interested. And I'm gonna say the man tells Deku that his name is All for One. And I'm pretty sure everyone already knew that. Like, and I didn't have to keep on saying the man or something like that, but I don't know. I guess I wanted to. But Deku tells him that he's lying, but All for One says that it's the truth. Like Deku instantly says like, "Yo, that's a strange name," and asked about the origin. Well, I gotta take another drink. Yeah. But All for One tells Deku that like he guesses he earns this. That he earned the story he supposed, and Deku gets told the story of his power in another called One for All, which is in possession of All Might right now. So Deku pauses after the story and asked him like if he's going to fight All Might again. And All for One says like that he doesn't know, but he probably will in the future. So Deku then asked about All for One's quirk and about his own quirk that was like given to him. And Deku doesn't know what quirk All for One gave him, and like all he knows is that it deals with his eye. So oof. All for One tells Deku that he'll find out soon. So like he'll find out soon enough, and tells him to go back to the bar or his room or wherever, and probably just a bar. Yeah, I'll go with the bar. So Deku nods, and All for One tells Kirigiri to teleport Deku back, and a portal opens up with Deku walking out. And Togu gets up and runs at Deku, but like kind of with a knife. Like she wants to get like blood from him, and Deku puts his hand out to stop Toga from getting any closer, and she asked about the boss. So Deku says that he isn't allowed to say anything, but Toga gets upset and asks Deku like if she could have some of his blood at least. And I'm gonna say, yeah, yeah. So Deku smirks and tells her like no, putting his head on her head, like kind of like patting, patting it. So she blushes and twice asks Deku like if he wants to play cards with him, and I'll be yeah, I'll include Dobby because why not? So Deku says yeah, and he walks over to the booth, beginning to play blackjack. I'm gonna say because I like that's probably like one of the only card games I like. But Kirigiri asks Shigaraki if he's okay, and he sees that he's upset. So Shigaraki scratches his face and says that ever since Deku showed up, Master hasn't been calling him down as much. And Kirigiri says that it's probably because he's still new and needs to gain the boss's trust. So Shigaraki tries to agree and tells him to give him a drink, with like the news going over more local villain attacks. And I'm gonna see how long this video is, so hold up. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it off here. I could make it longer, but nah. I think it's alright. I just wanted to go over like, the little backstory and all that first. So yeah, if you guys liked it, I guess, let me know. It's a Monday, so if it doesn't feel as energetic, I mean, I'm sorry, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But oh, if you guys like, already know what the quirk is that I want to give Deku, let me know because I want to see who gets it right. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure I already said that. How does an outro go? I don't know. MILKGANG out, I guess. Peace out. Have a good one.